time now. Look into my soul, you free.
What if every single Freddy, besides a couple of them, fought in a giant battle? Who would win? Well, in this video, we are gonna figure out who would win out of every single Freddy, all against each other. Let's see who would win. But before we start, my friend will say who he thinks will win.
Hello, I'm FNAF Dinos, and I think either OG Freddy will win or Dread Bear.
First, we have Golden Freddy versus Freddy. Well, even though Golden Freddy doesn't really move, they do have. This is a really hard choice. And we're not counting like Freddy as like someone else. So it's only Golden Freddy, not whether Golden Freddy or Fredbear, just Golden Freddy. But even though, despite all that, I would still say Goldie would win in this. Let's move on. Okay, well, this is kind of hard. With the Freddy is kind of kind of powerful. But Toy Freddy, I don't think Toy Freddy, he does have his controllers and he does play horror games a lot. So it's not like Golden Freddy can do anything to distract him. So I would probably say, I don't know, maybe Toy Freddy would just like kill him with a remote, just hit one in him, and ayo. But yeah, I think Toy Freddy would win. Let's move on once again. Even though people are like, Shadow Freddy's so powerful, like in those TikToks where like those people like really people who don't know anything about FNAF, like who would win? Shadow Freddy versus someone. Like Shadow Freddy, he can't even move. He can't even freaking move. He literally can't move. Like hacks. He doesn't got hacks. He don't got hacks. This is obviously Golden Freddy for the win. Even though Golden Freddy, like Withered Golden Freddy doesn't do much, we know they can do what Fredbear does. So Golden Freddy wins. Easy. Hey, yeah, Phantom Freddy versus Nightmare Freddy. I'm counting the Freddles with him because like his whole mechanic is with the Freddles, so yeah. So even though really all that Phantom Freddy does is just catch people off guard, and considering Nightmare Freddy's literally like he's a nightmare. He's not gonna, and I don't think nightmares can get scared. So like I would say Nightmare Freddy, ease dub. Let's move on again. Okay, well since things are technically biologically just the same, you could say, oh well, I think Nightmare would win because he's like spooky and in the games he started to be. But like, I'm not gonna talk about that. I think Nightmare Fredbear would because the Bite of 87 and Nightmare has nothing to do with it. So I guess Nightmare Fredbear. Let's move on. Now you would think this would be the easiest one yet. Obviously, Phantom Freddy, but no. I made a community post about it, and you saw it. You would understand. Adventure Freddy is an absolute unit. He will destroy you with a freaking pizza. He has defeated Scott not once in the official in one of the endings, but again in Freddy in Space. And just speaking of Freddy in Space, he's been to freaking space. So he's defeated Scott twice. He's been in space, and he can defeat anyone in FNAF world with pizza and a microphone. So that's why Adventure Freddy wins. Okay, this is probably one of the hardest ones because like neither of these guys really have any fighting thing. But since Yendo only has a jump, like only attacked someone, and which isn't even official, and I'm pretty sure it was in the Stipulations Custom Night, which I don't think that was canon. At least like the ending in it, like the cutscene was canon. I forget about Stipulation lore, to be honest. So, and Rockstar Freddy does attack and use the end, so I guess Rockstar Freddy wins. Hardest one yet. Next we got Lefty versus Molten Freddy. So Lefty does have the puppet. And at this point, Ennard wasn't even that powerful. He does, and after the next game, Scary Beach, he gets like ginormous and much more powerful. But in this game, he's pretty weak, so Lefty wins. So, you think Dreadbear would win? No. Completely wrong. Like, you would think Dreadbear couldn't, like, beat Willie Mountain, and he wouldn't be able to. But Fredbear, on the other hand, has. Well, kind of, like, they've contained him in hell for at least a couple of years, so Fredbear do the same with Dreadbear. Fredbear wins. Okay. Well, Lemon Freddy doesn't really. He has fought, and it's mostly Gregory fighting, and instead of like he barely even fights really. He just presses buttons and stuff. So I gotta say the Blob wins. Sorry, Glam Daddy. Okay, Freddy. Sadly, his epic gamingness can't defeat Golden Freddy. I really want to make Toy Freddy just destroy Golden Freddy, but we're being realistic, so I'm sorry, but Golden Freddy got a win. Okay, this is actually a pretty hard one again. Nightmare Freddy could use the Freddles, but this is one of the weakest Golden Freddy we've seen, and Nightmare Freddy is like not including all the gold, he is pretty powerful. So very surprisingly, Nightmare Freddy actually wins. Do I even need to explain this? Adventure Freddy is a god. He can kill all of us with freaking pizza. And he's a laser gun from the space adventure. So you just get a gun, pew, never Fredbear died. Adventure Freddy wins. None of these guys have an advantage. Oh, okay. They have them like a tactical advantages, like they're exactly the same shape. Like besides Lefty not having an eye, but that will never change anything. But Lefty does have the puppet, so Lefty wins again. Another hard one like Nightmare Freddy versus Golden Freddy, another hard one like that. The Blob is very big, and but to be honest, Fredbear couldn't defeat Afton for long, but they could contain him. But wanna what the Blob could do? He could defeat Afton. Fredbear just kept him in hell. He wasn't even the one who killed him. Michael was, and he just tortured him. That's all Fredbear did. The Blob actually killed Afton, so the Blob actually wins. This is actually an interesting one. The only reason Nightmare Freddy really won is because that was the weakest adaptation of Golden Freddy, and this one's like the second most powerful list. So sorry, Nightmare Freddy, you did pretty good, but Goldie wins. So a 3, only one of them will die, so they'll bring it back to an even number. I think we all know who's about to die in here. Sorry, Lefty, but you're about to die. Bye bye, Lefty. So, whoever wins in this one will face off the Mega Adventure Freddy. Okay, you would think, even though Golden Freddy is super powerful, he lacks one thing. He can't move. So I guess all the ball would have to do is just walk over him, and he would just end up just like Chica, you can see with the wires sticking out of her mouth. Or just like Mangle with just her head. We've done like one of those. Now, the final battle! Adventure Freddy versus the Blob. Adventure Freddy, he would throw pizzas, but the Blob could probably just absorb it. His microphone attack, same but with the absorbment. But the laser gun, if he gets all cupcakes from Freddy in space, he could probably start destroying the Blob. And if he gets to face, Blob would be attacked. But what if Blob attacks him first? Blob doesn't have many attack systems, unless besides just sticking his arms through the ground. But that's just a perfect boss fight for Adventure Freddy to beat. He knows how he's in the games. He knows how to do some epic parkour. and he could just jump on those tentacles and then jump. After jumping on a couple of their tentacles, he could jump to the final one, jump off, and shoot Blob in the face. Adventure Freddy wins.